You've seen it 100 times, right? You're on a long drive on a hot day and you see what looks like a shimmering pool of water way up the road. But when you get there, it's gone. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that mystery. We're talking about the science behind one of nature's coolest tricks.
So let's set the scene. I want you to picture it. It's a classic summer day. You're on a long stretch of blacktop, and the sun is just beating down. This is where it all begins. And there it is, up ahead. The road looks shiny, wet, almost like a puddle reflecting the sky. But you keep driving, and as you get closer, poof, it vanishes. The road is bone dry. Sound familiar? Of course it does. Now, you're not imagining things and your eyes aren't failing you. What you're seeing is a real phenomenon. It's an incredible optical illusion that nature puts on for us all the time.
The official name for this is a mirage, and the entire secret to how it works comes down to one single powerful concept: refraction. That's just a fancy word for the bending of light. It's not magic, it's pure physics.
Okay, so that word, refraction, that's our key. That's the clue that unlocks this whole thing. So let's follow it and figure out the secret of how light can actually bend.
So what is refraction? Well, it's simply what happens to light when it moves from one type of material, or medium, into another that has a different density. Think about a straw in a glass of water. You know how it looks like it's broken right at the water surface? That's refraction. Light travels through air differently than it travels through water, so it bends. But wait, a mirage happens in the open air, right? So where are the different mediums? Well, here's the cool part. The medium is the air itself. See, air doesn't all have the same density. Hot air is less dense, its molecules are all spread out. Cool air is way more dense. And that simple difference turns the air right above a hot road into layers with different densities. All right, we have all the puzzle pieces now. We know light bends when it moves through different densities. And we know that hot and cool air have different densities. So let's put it all together. It's time to solve the mirage mystery for good. Okay, let's walk through this. Step 1. The sun bakes the road, creating this super thin layer of really hot, low-density air right at the surface. Right above it is the cooler, denser air we're used to. Step 2. Light from the bright blue sky travels down through that cooler air. Now here's the magic. Step 3. As that ray of light gets close to the road and hits that layer of hot air, it actually bends. It refracts and curves back upward toward your eyes. And finally, step 4, this is where your brain comes in. Your brain has spent your entire life learning that light travels in a straight line. It doesn't know the light just took a curveball path. And this is the absolute key. Your brain sees light from the sky coming up from the direction of the road. And it asks itself, what reflects the sky from the ground? The answer is simple: water. So your brain creates the image of a shimmering puddle. It's not tricking your eyes, it's tricking your brain's interpretation of what your eyes are seeing. And what's really wild is that this exact same principle, light bending through air at different temperatures, can create all sorts of other strange and amazing illusions. So let's look beyond just the hot road for a second. So the puddle on the road mirage we've been talking about is called an inferior mirage. That's because the image appears below where it should be. But there's a complete opposite, called a superior mirage. This happens in really cold places, like over a frozen sea, where the air near the surface is colder and denser than the air above it. This makes light bend the other way, causing things like distant ships or islands to look like they're floating in the sky. Amazing, right? So from a blistering desert highway to a freezing Arctic Ocean, it's all the same beautiful physics at play. Which brings us to our final wrap-up, nature's light trick, completely explained. So let's close the case. Here's what we know for sure. Mirages aren't your imagination. They're real optical illusions. They happen because light bends, or it refracts, when it passes through layers of air with different temperatures. In our common road example, hot air near the ground bends light from the sky up to your eyes, and then your brain fills in the blank, creating that perfect illusion of a reflection. So the next time you're on a long drive and you see that shimmering puddle in the distance, you can smile, because you'll know you're not just seeing things. You're actually witnessing nature play a fascinating and beautiful trick with light. And now you're in on the secret.